Hey guys, it's Taylor back with Life with Taylor, and today we're going to be reading some Reddit stories. So let's get into it. Alright, two of these are under relationship advice. I actually don't know how I found these stories because this one's from 7 years ago, but let's get started, I guess. My girlfriend, 23 female, is threatening to break up with me over a prank that I, 24 male, pulled on her and her family. This past weekend was a big camping trip that my girlfriend would be taking with her and her family. It would consist of her parents, her younger sister, her aunt and uncle, and 3 cousins. And it was a big family trip that was being planned for cooler weather. My girlfriend told me all about where they would be camping, and I decided to take advantage of that knowledge. See, there's 10 people going to this trip. Of those 10 people, you need to know before you even start planning a prank if any of them are humorous or like jokes, because if they don't, it's not going to translate well. I think that may be what could happen here. I visited my girlfriend's house to say goodbye to her and wish her a fun trip, and when they all took off in their cars, I got in my car and drove to the campsite that they would be staying at. Okay, so he's not going. Never mind. 9 people. I know the area pretty well, and I was able to find a spot to hide my car from view, and I was able to navigate the woods and keep an eye on them while remaining hidden from view. When it came to nighttime, I put on a Chewbacca costume and ruffled it up a little bit like Wild and Untamed. While the family was gathered around the campfire, I started to wrestle the bushes. The family noticed, but they didn't think much of it. Then I started to make growling noises. The family was getting noticeably freaked out, and then my girlfriend's uncle started to walk towards where I was hiding. Okay, I'm sorry, this is really funny. Because I kind of skimmed it, and we'll get to that in the next sentence, what's happening. As soon as he got close, I jumped out from behind the bushes and started making roaring noises, like running around acting like a Bigfoot. I shook their tents, threw lawn chairs around, and chased after some of the cousins. I heard my girlfriend's dad yell, "Get the gun," and that's when I knew I had to end the prank. I took off the costume, revealed myself, and the entire family was pissed. Long story short, I got yelled at almost all of her family, and the noise attracted the campsite manager, who kicked me out after hearing what happened. Today I heard back from my girlfriend for the first time since the prank, and she said that she seriously considered breaking up with me. She just said that she needs some time to think and that she'll let me know when she's made her decision. Wow, I can't read. Now I'm just left wondering what I do. I'm thinking that I need to pull off a major apology. I need some advice on what to say to save their relationship. Wow. I think you probably should have not done that. I don't know. Yeah, I think you should have been aware of who would have taken the joke the wrong way. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Let's read the comments. Frankly, you are lucky you are not dead. Consider yourself lucky if all she does is break up with you. Yeah, you could have been shot. Another person said, I don't know why you thought this would be okay. Like, it's one thing to do a small prank, but pranking her and her family without at least testing the waters to see how it would go down first, honestly, you deserve to be dumped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you should have, scoped it out to make sure that it was gonna land properly and not, you almost dead. But let's read the next one. My 35 female, longtime fiance, 45 male. My 35 female, longtime fiance, 45 male is leaving me over coffee etiquette. Okay. I'm shaking right now. Typing from a throwaway account, obviously because we both browse Reddit. It's possible he could see this. We've been together for 10 years. Then suddenly it's over. I am so confused. We don't agree on everything, but I feel I should want to fight for the relationship in the future we started planning together and not give up this easy. Are these feelings fair? So he's taught me a lot. Before we met, I didn't drive, and now I do. I had a retail job I disliked, but through his encouragement, I got an entry-level job office 2 years ago. We were house shopping together, looking at places, and we found the properties with the best spaces to make a nursery. Oh, my fiance, ex now I guess, works as an engineer. He handles the house budget and does a good job. My student loans are halfway paid off. I had $85,000 for my bachelor's I didn't finish. I really had to rely on taking that house loan one of the years. So I have to be at work an hour before him. I always do my hair routine first. He wakes up and immediately loads a coffee maker and starts it. Then goes off to get dressed. I'm getting ready to leave soon, and I'm trying to get out the door, and the coffee is less than halfway brewed. I take my travel mug and use the coffee maker's sneak a cup feature. I pour 5 cups that just brewed into my mug, then I grab my laptop case. I take my travel mug and using the coffee maker's sneak a cup feature, I pour 5 cups that just brewed into my mug. What is a sneak a cup feature? What is a sneak a cup feature in a coffee maker? It temporarily halts the flow of coffee from the filter basket when the carafe is removed. Oh, well, that's not called, what? That's just like pouring coffee. I'm confused, but okay. He walks into the kitchen while I'm putting my now empty coffee pot back into the machine to finish the brew. Oh, so it brewed a little bit? 5 cups, it said? So then she poured that in there and then it made more coffee. Okay, I understand, I think. He slams his mug down and becomes incensed. Hey, what are you doing sneaking a cup? I told you to cut that shit out. I remember he made a passing comment before about getting coffee before the pot is done brewing, but it must have went in one ear and out the other. Whatever, it hurts so much being called selfish, I kind of froze up. His face actually became beet red. Don't you realize when you do that, you're diluting the coffee for the next person? Me, you have to let the pot continue to brew so it finishes with a uniform strength. I didn't quite understand and told him that I had to go, that I was running late, and he says, well, it looks like you don't have time for coffee. I'm not surprised you would interrupt the brewing to take the strongest coffee as fast as possible. Then there was a snarky little comment about my driving habits, how I pass a lot on multi-lane roads to keep ahead and be the fastest. Then comments about how I'm using my credit cards. Like, excuse me? Then a comment about a lot of money I lost by buying scratch off. Then a comment about how he thinks there's people in my life that I take advantage of. This was all crushing, and I haven't talked to him since about the coffee blow up yesterday. I slept over at my mom's. I want to have a feature with him, but if he's going to be a huge dick about coffee, I'm not so sure. Coffee is not that serious. Maybe because I don't drink coffee. I can only drink coffee if it's like iced in a frappuccino with some sort of vanilla and cinnamon or dolce. Like, I have a very specific Starbucks order if I want like the taste of coffee, but that's like once in a blue moon, and it makes me shake like I'm fritzing out. So I don't drink coffee that often. But I can't imagine liking straight coffee. But yeah. Also, I don't mean to be like, I've got a really long specific Starbucks order. Like, trust me, I'm like, I do not like how specific this is, but it's the only thing that tastes good with coffee. It's like I will only drink coffee if it's with this. Somebody said this is absolutely not about the coffee. If I could take a guess, he thinks you're inconsiderate as a person and as a partner. I mean, you did mention it going in one ear and out the other. Is that what's happening in other places? You need to have a conversation with him and listen, where he is not feeling heard and appreciated. True. Yeah. I agree that it's not about the coffee. I'm like a little iffy on like if it's OP's fault. And he's right. Being 35 and losing a bunch of money on scratch-offs, being inconsiderate in big or small matters, relying on someone else to adult for you. Those aren't small things. He isn't heard and appreciated. Okay. People are saying it's nothing to do with the coffee. What? Wait. There's a different linked story. So there's like this thread that says you have a 5-cup travel mug who pours himself 5 cups. Yes, this is what I was going to say. I really want to find the link to that article. This is her exactly. Edit, I think I found it. HuffPost. She divorced me. I left the dishes by the sink. What? I don't know what this is. I agree. I don't think it's about the coffee, and I think you should have a conversation to see what page you're on. Better yourself if you want to keep the relationship, and if you don't want to be with him, then break up. Next. Just straight to the point. Am I the arsehole for telling my sisters that I can't spend time with them because we're of the opposite gender? What the fuck? I, 17 male, have an older sister, 18 female, and 2 younger twin sisters, both 15 female. We used to all be pretty close back in elementary and in middle school, but come high school, I realized I should hang out with more of my guy friends, since I've been pretty distant with my sisters. Every Saturday night, besides final weeks or an SAT prep week, my sisters play board games or watch a movie together, and they always ask me to join them, but I always say no. It makes me feel guilty, since I know my older sister especially wants to spend more time with me before she leaves for college in a few months. Yesterday, my sisters finally asked me why I always turned down the request to do stuff with them, and I told them the truth. They got pretty upset and said it was a stupid reason. Am I the arsehole? I don't think you're the arsehole. Well, yes. Okay, partially. I agree. You should have some other connections outside of your family, but also do not completely shut away your siblings, especially if one of them is leaving for college. Even once a week, joining their board games or watching movies, keeping that connection once a week is beneficial. You know, like you all get to connect and relax, and it's it's better than shutting them out and ignoring them, you know? And I have a feeling that if you don't join in on the quality time with your siblings, when the older sibling goes to college, you're going to regret not spending time with her. So I think that's dumb that you worded that title like that, because opposite genders can hang out. So let's read the comments. You're the arsehole. It's a stupid reason. There's no good reason why men and women cannot spend time together in a cordial platonic context. Yes. Plus, they're siblings. Like, what the hell's happening in OP's brain? Somebody said, I suspect misogyny is taking root. Yeah. People are saying you're the arsehole, you know. Yeah. I agree. You're the arsehole. You should spend time with them. And it doesn't matter. Opposite genders can hang out in a platonic way. Oh, wait. This is an update. Where's the original? I need the original post. Oh my god. People are writing whole stories in the comments. Hold on. I gotta search for the original story. Oh my god. Wait, we have to read 2 more stories. I accidentally picked one that was an update, but we need to read the original story. This is juicy. This is juicy. Oh my god. Shh. Okay. Lock in. Ready? I want to break up with my fiance and pursue a relationship with her sister after she kissed me at Thanksgiving night last night. And then it says AITJ. Is it supposed to be am I the arsehole, but he accidentally mistyped? Okay, whatever. So I, 26 male, am engaged to my fiance, 26 female. We've been together for 11 years. Since 15? Our biggest relationship difficulty happened last year when I proposed and she rejected me. You can check my previous post for more details. No, thank you. That was genuinely the worst moment of my life. Even though she apologized in the days and weeks after, and she said she panicked and that she did want to marry me, I was very close to ending things. Eventually, I stayed. And a few months later, I proposed again and she said yes immediately and was super happy about it. But it's always been in the back of my mind how she rejected and humiliated me when I first proposed to her. Okay. I think sometimes, especially if you're in a place, it may catch you off guard. And I imagine it probably caught her off guard and she was like, pause. Let's talk about this. Hold on. You caught me off guard. So I think that's what happened. But I feel like he's gonna try to use that in some way. So my fiance has a sister, 27 female. The 3 of us grew up almost like a trio. Growing up, though, I was always closer to her sister. She always reminded me of my own sister who passed when she was 10. She asked me out once in middle school and then again in freshman year of high school, but I always saw her like a sister. And in sophomore year, I started dating my fiance, her sister. She was nothing but supportive and was genuinely happy for us. So yeah, Thanksgiving was yesterday. I was invited. I'm close with her parents too, and we all drank, laughed, and talked. Late at night, my fiance's sister asked if we could go to another room to talk. We were both drunk, reminiscing about old memories, and she kissed me and I didn't stop it. Oh no! The worst part was that I've never felt anything like that before. It wasn't butterflies. I literally felt like white sparks behind my eyes and this deep feeling in my chest. I felt like my heart skipped or something, like a heart murmur. It hit me so hard that even now, just thinking about it, I can feel that heart murmur. What the hell is happening? I asked her today if she regretted what we did. She said not at all, and that she was just shooting her shot one last time and would respect my decision either way, and also admitted that if I did choose her, it would likely destroy her bond with her sister and also the family dynamics. But she said it would be worth it for me. So yeah, I know it's horrible, but I'm just thinking about so many emotional moments my fiance's sister and I have shared, like when she was there for me during my worst moments, including sleeping in a hospital chair for 3 days straight. After I had a major accident, she asked me out back when I was overweight, shy, and had zero confidence. I only started dating my fiance after a huge weight loss transformation, which almost took a year, but her sister never cared about any of that physical stuff. She's always been super loyal, and that kiss, I can't lie, never felt like that in my life. Would it be wrong to end the engagement? I'm not delusional about the consequences. I feel sick and nauseous, even thinking about the fallout and the ruined family dynamics. I would never have even thought about entertaining this if my fiance hadn't rejected my proposal last year. See, he's using it against her. Ever since then, it's always been at the back of my mind. Oh no. I feel like we shouldn't read the comments. We should go to the update. Oh, it says, am I the jerk? Am I the jerk? That's what that means. People are saying, yeah, you're the jerk. Yeah, you're the jerk. Yeah. Okay, let's read the update, okay? Update, I want to break up with my fiance and pursue a relationship with her sister after she kissed me at Thanksgiving last night. Am I the jerk? Hey, so only posting this update because a lot of people were asking me for an update. This will be my final update. How many times can you say update? So yeah, sadly, I don't have a great update. I broke up with my fiance yesterday and Yeah, she was expectedly shocked and started panicking, etc. I felt horrible seeing her cry like that and seeing that reaction, and she kept asking why. And I told her that I just don't think we're meant to be together and that she deserves someone far better than me. She was kind of wailing and stuff, and it broke my heart. So both of our families are shocked, especially because we just had Thanksgiving and they asked a lot of questions about the wedding and our future plans and even baby names, etc. So everyone's pretty shocked. I didn't really want it to become this big drama, but sadly it's become a huge drama and everyone is speculating what happened. I met my fiance's sister last night and we both realized the gravity of the situation. We both spoke at length and I told her we should probably take some space and take it slow, maybe wait a few months, and she said she was willing to wait however long. She recommended that we move to a different state. We both work remote, so that works in our favor and we can choose any state we like. I asked her many times if she was sure, if she had any regrets after seeing her sister's reaction, and she said she loves her sister and that the situation obviously sucks, but that love is love, and that love that we have and that deep connection we have is very rare, and now that she had it, she would never let it go till she dies. I got this heart flutters feelings again, and this time I was sober and we didn't even kiss. It was just her words. Wow. Somebody said, wow, you're both clowns and deserve each other. I wish nothing but the best for your fiance. This is how lifelong trust issues start. He clearly wasn't sure, so why propose the second time? I hope the ex-fiance can heal and move on without letting his situation affect any future relationship she gets into. Her relationship with her sister will never be the same after this fiasco. Somebody else said, these are highlighted ones. You're both gross people and deserve each other. Get ready for karma because it's coming. And then somebody wrote this entire comment. Somebody else said, dude really threw away his whole life for someone who's willing to blow up her own sister's engagement. LMAO. Good luck when she does the same thing to you with the next guy who gives her butterflies. Yeah. Somebody said moving states might have worked in the 90s, but with the age of social media, what does he think will happen when her family and ex finds out the truth? Wow. Wow. Yeah, you're the arseholes. You're the arseholes. You're possibly the devils. I think you're the devils. That's a horrible thing to do, but at least you're being horrible together and away from the family. But once she finds out, you may end up dead or like never talking to her family again. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That last story was crazy. Comment down below your thoughts on these stories. Were these people arseholes? That last story definitely was. They were definitely the biggest they're devils. They're probably devils. They're probably in the devil category. But while you're down there commenting, click all the buttons. You know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.